It's been edited in a manner that you don't actually... Do you want me to speak?
I'm having what's called a conversation.
Wait,
Who told you this? Listen, mate. If you're going to tell me, when I've worked on a show for 6 years, that we have edited something...
Well, if you'd let me...
And it has not been edited, I'd like to know who told you that.
OK, and I will actually be able to give you a retort if you would let me actually finish the sentence. OK,
as opposed to a discussion. We'll have a monologue. Fire away.
No, it's a discussion, Gretel. And then
go on.
If you're asking me a question, how am I expected to answer the question?
It was edited even though you haven't seen it. Go. Please, continue.
OK, will you let me actually finish the sentence?
Yeah, I think we got over that bit, yeah.
OK. What I was saying is, what actually took place today was a great bit of editing because, from what I have been told, and it is hearsay because I've only been out of the house a short time, I haven't had a chance to view anything, so I'm going what people actually have told me, and it does not finish, where it ends in what was shown last night or whenever it was shown, does not finish the structure of everything that took place. So you don't actually see me laugh and walk away. So if that is the case, then that's brilliant editing by Big Brother. And that is exactly what I'm saying.
Rightio. Let's move on then, shall we? What other things were you asked?
Just about my time in the house. Was I happy with everything I did? And various relationships that I had.
And were you happy with it?
With my time in the house? Yes and no. I was very grateful for being put in the house. And I love being there, and, you know, everything I did on my own accord. And I've got no one to blame but myself. But on the whole, I enjoyed my time, so...
Could I just ask you one question before we go on to the next nominations? When you go into the Big Brother house, you are aware that there are cameras in the house.
Absolutely.
And you are aware that there are cameras all around you.
Absolutely.
You are aware, therefore, that cameras will pick up things from different angles, not necessarily front on. Mm-hmm. OK? So you are aware when you're in the house that your behaviour will be filmed.
Absolutely, I'm aware of that.
OK. Fine. All right, let's move on.
What was the point of that?
We're just moving on. I'll just digest that.
OK, you can digest it, but I don't understand the point of it.
You don't
and I don't understand what the attack is coming for when I personally feel that something was done in a manner which I didn't feel justified me, and I don't understand what the attack is coming from.
It was never said on the program that you kissed. May I just say that you haven't seen it, and you are accusing myself and everyone who works
I've
here.
never implicated you in any manner.
I represent everybody who works on this show.
Well,
please,
I've never implicated you in any manner.
would you look at the footage before you comment on it? That is what I am asking you to do.
about what people asked me today. So I'm discussing about what people asked me. And if you don't like the answer, I can't help that. But I'm giving you the best honest answer that I can give you.
I've just mentioned tonight, you know, I live with kids. Mm-hmm. I'm used to people trying to bamboozle me.
I'm not trying to bamboozle you. You're asking me questions. How am I supposed to answer it?
Let's move on, because it is a nomination night. Time to move on. We can discuss this further. Dino takes his turn now. So let's get him into the diary room and he can nominate and we'll all digest.
Dino, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
2 points goes to Jade. I just completely can't get along with her personality at all in this house. Finding it a real struggle to deal with some of her behaviour. When she came into this house, she really made a pretty poor effort of trying to blend in and get to know people.
It's not her role to blend. You're rambling. Get to the point, Dino.
I don't like her because she's too full on. Instead of trying to get to know everyone and relate to everyone and settle into the group, she just constantly talks about herself, makes statements about what she does and what she thinks, and doesn't take the time to listen to what other people think or do. She complains a lot of the time, gives other people advice and suggestions on things that where her opinion is not required or valid.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
Camilla, 1 point. Despite having redeemed herself, I've gotten to know her a lot better, but I still don't like certain parts of her personality, particularly her whinging and her complaining. And I just saw it 10 minutes ago with the dinner thing. She's not pulling her weight around around the house with the chores. And then she complains about...
Dino, you're not being clear. What are you saying about her?
I'm saying Camilla complains and whinges all the time and doesn't put enough work in around the house, especially with the chores. And I just saw her 10 minutes ago with a dinner when she spent half the time sleeping and getting ready for the nominations and then comes out later and complaining that she wants a meal with no carbs. Things like that make it hard to get along with her or live with her in the house, because she constantly complains about things but doesn't really pull her weight around the house to help others.
That's all.
The guy that I was seeing for a little while was making like 450.
Claire, to the diary room.
Really? Just ding me already.
Claire, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points, I'm going to nominate Dino. He's the only housemate at the moment that I just don't feel 100% comfortable around. There's some aspects of his personality that I just haven't warmed to, and I've certainly given him a good chance to warm to these characteristics, and I find that I'm just
Claire,
disliking them more.
You're not being clear. Get to the point. What are you saying about him?
He's just a prankster and he takes jokes way too far. And as for a personal basis, because he doesn't play too many jokes on myself personally, I feel on too many occasions that he does talk down to the women in the house, and he has done so.
You're not nominating for the women. That's a cop-out. Get to the point.
Not necessarily, because he's directed it at me many a times.
Then say that.
Dino directs very derogative comments to myself in the sense that I feel he doesn't respect me.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point, I'm going to nominate David, for the simple reason if you were to ask me to describe who David is as a person, I wouldn't be able to tell you. The first week he came out about his sexuality, which didn't change him as a person, but gave me the sense that he hides things. Then he went all quiet and isolated from the group for a couple of weeks. Then when Rob came, he came out and was really great with the group. And then the last week he's caused heaps of conflict within the group and even admitted to going in a scheme with Michael, so I just don't know what to expect of him, and therefore he's untrustworthy.
That is all.
Thank you.
Okay, it's time for the world's most romantic man, Jamie, to stop gazing into Katie's eyes for a minute and try to remember who else is in the house so that he can nominate them.
Jamie.
Big brother.
Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
David. I find him controlling, condescending, and I think he has an inflated sense of self-importance.
You're not being clear. How is he controlling? How is he condescending?
He's controlled all group discussions and sort of done them by his terms, and I haven't liked that.
How? You're not being clear, Jamie.
He just takes the controlling voice of the group, and he doesn't allow for other opinions a lot of the time.
You're not nominating for the group. It's a cop-out.
No, I'm nominating on my behalf. I think that he's controlling and he makes me feel small sometimes.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
1 point for Jade. She's irritating and domineering, and a lot of the time can be over-opinionated and get in the way of cooking and household chores.
That is all.
Thank you. Oh, lightning round.
Okay, so there we go. I think we've got about, is it 3 or 4 more noms to go? But first of all, let's have a look at the tally board. What is going on? We've got Jade on 8, Dino on 7. Why are people hissing? Camilla on 4, David on 3, Crystal on 3, Galen on 2. Oh, excuse me, second page, Rob on 2, and Ashley on 1. And remember, Big Brother this evening is allowing everybody to have their say, that's you, about people going under the radar. But after the break, the final 3 have their say. We'll be chatting with Michael a little bit more. And of course, first-time nominator, intruder Danielle, prepares to use the 3-point twist that she won in last week. Shall we say, tasteless Friday Night Live? Yeah!
My main love for cars is just the V8s. I just love V8s, and I love anything bigger, like the V12s, W16s.
Your scissors are sharp as, huh?
Oh, they're due for sharpening, these ones.
Whoopity doo dah day, a straight 6 with a turbo. You know, I'd rather a V8 with a supercharger or a turbo.
Look how dry it is, darling.